Good evening. Welcome to the City Council meeting of Wednesday, December 21st, 2011. Could I have the roll call, please?
Andrea Burns.
Present.
Justin Cobb.
Present.
Ron Shatnoff.
Present.
Dallin Psychowski.
Here.
Salem Derby.
Present.
Dan Hagan.
Present.
Joseph McCoy.
Here.
Dan Rist.
Here.
Joy Winning.
Here.
Thank you. I'm going to do the movement minutes in two different motions just because they're two different dates. So could I have a motion for the approval of minutes of November 30th, 2011?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion, a second for the approval of minutes of November 30th. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Sorry. Abstentions? I'm abstaining. And any against? No? Okay, motion passes with one abstention. Could I have a motion for acceptance of the minutes of December 7th?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
We have motion, a second for the approval of the minutes of December 7th. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any abstentions?
Abstention.
One abstention, anyone against? Okay, motion passes. Public speak time. Let me begin. I just want to say as a public speak for the public that with the new redistricting, Congressman Neal is now our congressman, and he will be in Easthampton on Saturday, January 7th, 12:30 to 2 p.m. at the Community Room at Eastworks. So this is our chance for you to meet our new congressman, or redistricted new congressman. So if you have time and would like to attend, please be there. The event is sponsored by the Easthampton Democratic Committee. I guess we don't have any public hearings, and it's early, but we do have, it's unfortunately a sad night for the council. We are losing two great councilors, and with a typical tradition, I would be honored to be able to present them with awards of recognition. So I will start with our lovely female councilor, Councilor Andrea Burns.
Oh, do I go up here?
It's over there, Joe.
You can come up front with me here.
It's over there.
Oops, I can get up.
So for just one term, but what a terrific term, Andrea. I thought you did an outstanding job. Went to so many meetings, and we're so sorry to see you going, but best of luck in your new endeavors, and South Boston will be better served by you being there. So thank you very much. Okay, and not so beautiful city councilor. Yes, he is. He's beautiful. He's got you.
Jeez.
Handsome. That's right.
Come on, Ron.
Another council that we will be sad to see leave, Councilor Shachinoff, tackled some very tough problems over the years he was here. Of course, the sign situation, as is now referred to, and other terrific topics for Easthampton. So again, thank you for your incredible service and your dedication, and best of luck on planning board. So thank you very much. Okay. Before we move on, I guess Councilor Psychowski, just to, did you want to make a statement? We had spoken. Did you want
Yes,
to
Joe reminded me that I made a statement at the last council meeting, and if I offended anybody, I apologize. Okay?
Thank you for that apology, Councilor Psychowski. Moving on for correspondence, Councilor Rist.
We have two items. The first is a nice card we received from Betty Burnham. Shows a picture of a new ramp that I believe Barbara's husband put it in. And she says in her, "Dear City Council, thank you for your support for the Easthampton Housing Authority's projects funded with CPA funds. You are to be commended for the value you have placed on the care and preservation of the city's existing affordable housing, including the handicap ramp at 112 Holyoke Street. I am very grateful to all the projects funded with CPA money and supported by the City Council. Happy holidays. Sincerely, Betty Burnham." That's very nice. Everybody wants to see the card. Secondly, we have received from the town of Irving a request to support their, I won't read the whole thing, we've all received it, regarding electoral college vote system. President McCoy and I do not feel that, as this is a national item, that this council needs to deal with it, and we'd rather not send it to committee at this time, since it's the end of the term. Unless any of you councilors would like to, we feel that perhaps the new council with the new membership, if they choose to take it up, if the new president would like to, that is where we would like to leave it. However, if any councilors would like to send this to committee, that's up to you.
Counselor
Counselor
Psychowski.
I'm more on the same deal with Danny here. I think that's something that we should be leaving alone, because by the time we get into it, we're only gonna complicate matters and cause some problems, and we're better off just leaving this alone.
Okay, anyone else? Okay,
Other comments?
then that's all
Okay.
correspondence.
Great, thank you very much. Mayor Communications, Mayor Tosnick.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's just one formal item under communications, and that's a request for authorization to execute an agreement with the Commonwealth regarding takings associated with the Route 10 Bridge project.
Okay. Did you want to go into more about it? Anything?
Well, there's a plan that accompanies this request, and I believe it's in Barbara's office. And essentially, it's relatively minor, short-term and a couple of small, long-term takings that are associated with the construction of the bridge, including a pedestrian and bicycle bridge that will be maintained over the Manhan during the construction project. And so it's relatively minor. It doesn't really affect, we've talked to the departments, it doesn't affect us from the point of view of access to our facilities. It does eventually include some city land that will be permanently assigned to the state for the bridge, as well as some other private property in the area of the bridge that is also going through a taking process. Because we're a municipality and we're presumed to benefit from the improvement of the highway, the state doesn't offer any money for the land that it takes, whether it's temporary or permanent, to us. It does offer just compensation to private landowners. I think it's just a formality, but city council authority is required for any transfer of rights of land.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mayor Kaiser.
Councilor Rist.
Given we have a new council, this will go to property committee. This might take a month. Is that going to delay anything?
I don't think so. They still have to go through a couple of private takings, and in my conversation with Mass Highway when this came in, which was probably a week and a half ago, they hadn't concluded that yet, so I think if we can get it done by the second meeting in January, we should be fine.
Just leave it alone.
Thank you,
Mr.
Bill.
President, I move that this be sent to property committee for review.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to move the request for authorization to execute the attached agreement concerning the Route 10 Bridge project to property. Any additional comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to standing committees, rules and government relations, Counselor Derby.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
Okay, finance, Counselor Cobb.
Thank you, Mr. President. What I'd like to do is, I'm gonna read these one by one. The first one I have, well, excuse me, that's all new business. The next meeting of the Finance Committee will be next week, December 28th, 2011, at 6:30 PM. The items that will be on the agenda are the items that are currently in new business on our agenda tonight. I would like to set a couple public hearings, but I will wait until new business and do it at that point.
Okay, so they've been moved. Okay, thank you very much. Public safety, Counselor
No
Psychowski.
report this evening.
Okay, thank you. Appointments, Counselor Shachinoff. I'm sorry, Winnie.
That's okay. Thank you, Mr. President. We met tonight, Appointments Subcommittee, on 3 appointments from the mayor. The first appointment, all were unanimously voted for recommendation to reappoint. So I'll make this in the form of a motion, that we appoint Stanley Kroll to the Council on Aging with the expiration term of December 31st, 2014. All of these terms expired December 31st, 2014. Paul Novak, National Lawnic Pond Steering Committee, and Boris Kolba, ECA Plus Cultural Council.
Second.
Okay, with motion and a second to move the appointments of, to approve the appointments of Stanley Kroll, Paul Novak, and Boris Kolba. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, motion passes.
Thank you. Our next meeting will be on January, where did I put my notes? January 4th at 5:45 for the new appointments given to us in the packet tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Counselor Shachinoff, ordinance.
No report this evening.
Good for all that. Okay, property, Counselor Cobb.
No report, Mr. President.
Okay, so, move on to new business already. So, Counselor Cobb, it's quite a bit of it's finance.
Thank you. What I have before me for first reading is the supplemental appropriation request for fiscal year 2012. It's dated December 5th. Request is hereby made for approval of the following appropriation. The amount requested is $16,704.88. This has the auditor's approval signature on it to be appropriated from free cash. The full amount of $16,704.88. It's to be appropriated to the auditor full-time salary line, $16,704.88. The amount requested will be used for the following purpose: to supplement the auditor's personal budget. I'd like to make a motion to move this to finance for review.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the movement of the $16,704.88 from free cash to auditor full-time salary. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
I would also, well, I'll do the next one, and we'll do one motion for public hearings.
Okay.
The next one I have before me for first reading is the supplemental appropriation for fiscal year 2012, again dated December 5th. Request is hereby made for approval of the following appropriation. The amount requested is $200,000. This has the auditor's approval signature on it. It's to be appropriated from free cash, the full amount of $200,000, to be appropriated to our stabilization fund, the full amount of $200,000. The amount requested will be used for the following purpose: to supplement the stabilization fund. I'd like to make a motion to send this to finance for review.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the supplemental appropriation of the $200,000 from free cash to the stabilization fund. Any additional comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to have set a public hearing for those two supplemental appropriations I just read for the January 4th meeting at 6:15 in these chambers.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for set public hearings for the $16,704.88 and the $200,000 appropriation, supplemental appropriations. Public hearing, January 4th, 6:15 in these chambers. Any additional comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
The next one I have before me for first reading is a supplemental appropriation request, again for fiscal year 2012, dated December 5th. Request is hereby made for approval of the following appropriation. The amount requested is $38,454.33. This has the auditor's approval signature on it. This is to be appropriated from free cash, the full amount of $38,454.33. It's to be appropriated to police overtime, $7,878.15. Fire overtime, $9,756.80. Highway overtime, $6,002.39. Tree warden overtime, $1,119.96. Council on Aging overtime, $705.51. Wastewater treatment plant overtime, $11,576.89. And water overtime, $1,414.63. The amounts requested will be used for the following purpose: to replenish funds expended in response to Winter Storm Albert. I would like to make a motion to forward that to finance for review.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the supplemental appropriations of the $38,454.33 to the just previously read overtime accounts. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes.
Thank you. Next is again a supplemental appropriation request for fiscal year 2012, again dated December 15th, dated December 15th. Request is hereby made for approval of the following appropriation. The amount requested is $12,570.70. This has the auditor's approval signature on it. It's to be appropriated from free cash, the amount of $11,086.58, and retained earnings, $1,484.12, to be appropriated to the various departments that are listed on the attached spreadsheet. It's the full amount of $12,570.70. Rather than go through everything on the spreadsheet, I'll just say that the amount requested will be used for the following purpose: to fund a 1.5% COLA for pay plan employees effective January 1st, 2012. I'd like to make a motion to forward this to finance for review.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the supplemental appropriation of the $12,570.70 from free cash for the various departments relating to the 1.5 COLA for pay plan employees. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a question, do you want me to move the?
Yeah, I can go to finance.
That should go to finance. but
Okay,
it can go
I'd
to
like to
either.
make a motion to forward the amendment to the classification and pay plan, Exhibit B, because it corresponds to the financial request we just mentioned, to finance for review.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to move the ordinance as classification pay plan by substituting Exhibit B to finance. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. So I believe that takes care of finance for you. Thank you very much. And mayoral appointments, I believe we have 4 now, Counselor
We do,
Winnie.
thank you. 4 mayoral appointments, move that we send them down to appointments subcommittee.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second to move the 4 recent mayoral appointments to appointment subcommittee. Any additional discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. I believe we're done, unless there's any other business that I'm aware of. So, Counselor Rist?
Because this one,
I would just like to take a moment to thank the 2 counselors that are leaving us this evening for the record. Counselor Shatnoff and Counselor Burns, Ron and Andrea, you are the counselors that I will hold high for the work ethic that you demonstrated while you were working for the council. You had some really difficult subjects to deal with, and you dealt with them with professionalism, and no one could ever suggest, whether they agreed or disagreed with you, that you didn't do your homework. And I, for one, will miss both of you for the amount of work that you did. I am very happy that Councilor Shatnoff has chosen to continue his public service on the planning board, and I hope for the best for Councilor Burns in Boston. They are getting a good public servant, and I hope you will find public service there. Thank you for serving.
Yes. Thank you both again. So I will take Counselor Burns, of course.
Just wanted to say a few things. Thank you very much, Councilor Rist. And I just wanted to thank the residents of Easthampton for the opportunity to serve, also for welcoming me into this community about 14 years ago. It's been a wonderful home for me for a long time, and I'm very grateful for the community that was, you know, just welcomed me with open arms. You know, from the beginning of when I went into neighborhoods and took pictures, people, families, children, to then having the honor and privilege to serve on the city council, which indeed is a tremendous honor to do that. It's one of the most rewarding experiences of my life so far, and has a lot to do with all of you. And I wish that the new council tremendous success, the new councilors, and I truly believe this is an incredibly special community, and I believe that the future is a bright one. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Hear, hear.
Thank you. Okay.
Move we adjourn.
Okay, we have motion. Is there a second to adjourn?
And happy holidays.
There we go. Counselor Syke, second to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Reminder, everybody, swearing in is noon on Tuesday, January 3rd, followed by the reorganization meeting at 12:45 downstairs. There'll be refreshments here. So new counselors, remember those dates and times. And we'll see you all then. See you in the new year. Happy holidays. So we do want to take a picture for our group.